Mother finally gave us blushes. Finally. But let me tell you something, that does not mean I'm retiring my face quad that I have created with this palette. And since she finally gave us blushes, maybe I'll finally get my blue-green Mothership palette. Because apparently dreams do come true. Let's Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley and I am so happy to film this video. Oh my gosh, I've been waiting forever. I've been waiting forever, and I think everybody's been waiting forever for Pat McGrath to finally release blushes. We've been asking, and she has even said that this is one of her most requested items. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video. But first, let me go ahead and introduce myself. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you're an oldie but goodie, welcome on back. My name is Ashley. I have a doctorate in pharmacy and I love makeup, so that's how you get Dr. Ash and her makeup. But please just call me Ash or Ashley, and I love Pat McGrath, okay? I love her brand. I'm not going to say she can't do any wrong, but I do love her brand so much. So on May 21st, Pat McGrath dropped the whole Divine Blush collection. I mean, she dropped it, honey. She is giving us products. She shut us up. I just knew that it was just going to be one pink blush. Like, no, shut me up. Thank God. So she gave us 9 new blushes. Well, new. She never did blushes before. So she gave us 9 blushes, and 7 of them are in a demi matte formula. And the other 2 shades that I actually did not pick up are a golden pearl formula, but I'll talk all about that in just a moment. Then she gave us a highlighter. She also gave us a limited edition eyeshadow quad. She gave us 2 new Divino lipsticks. She gave us a new matte trans lipstick. She gave us a Luxe gloss. There are some barrettes on the website if you want to get that. I mean, homegirl gave us everything. So thanks, Ma, for hooking us up. Launch happened on May 21st, and it was actually 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you had the code that was able to be put in for the VIP access, all you had to do is just put your email in there, and you know, they send you the code maybe like 45 minutes, maybe an hour, maybe sometimes 15 minutes before the launch, and you can enter the code in, which was actually Divine Blush 10. I also saved 10% off of the products, and the launch went off without a hitch. I was so nervous, and I was so nervous when I was talking to my friends. We just knew that this was just going to be chaotic because everybody wanted blushes. Like, even some people that I know that even in this YouTube space, they're not so like, oh my God, I gotta have every Pat McGrath palette or purchase or anything like that. They even picked up some blushes. So I just knew it was going to be a mess, but the launch was so smooth. Everything was up on time. The only thing that was not up on time was the kits. So Mother did give us several bundle deals, and that's what I decided to take advantage of. She had a bundle deal with 3 of the shades, or it was a lot of bundles, so you can just go to the website and check it out. But the one I picked up was I want to say the Flora Fantasia bundle. I believe that's what it was called, but it was a trio, and you got 3 blushes for $96. So that included blushes 7, 8, and 9 basically. And then I picked up the shade Cherish along with the eyeshadow palette and the highlighter as another bundle, which was a lot more economical than buying the things for themselves. Now that face bundle, the face and the eye bundle, that one was not working. What was nice about the bundles, you could pick the actual blush you wanted, but I did email. I just put the items in my cart individually because I was scared that stuff was going to sell out, and I just emailed them and they went ahead and credited my account. So that was perfect. Now, like I said, she released 9 shades and I picked up 4 of them. So I picked up Lovestruck, and I'm going to do face swatches of everything, so don't worry. So I picked up the shades Lovestruck, Cherish, Electric Bloom, and Paradise Venus. So as far as the outer cardboard packaging for her blushes, she did give it to us nice and simple. It is in a beautiful gold and purple packaging, and it just says Divine Blush on the front. It's actually pretty much the same packaging for the glow, which is the highlighter. And these are the sizes. And then we actually have, this is the one for the Luxe Quad. Now it does not have the little legal envelope with the cord. I like that. I don't think I like this as much. I like the cord, especially for the blushes. I don't think I would care, but for the palette, I mean, nobody does that. So I just really like the little cord situation. I know people don't really care for it, but I really like it. And then for the Divino lipstick right here, I think for the lipstick, it's okay for this. You don't need it. That's a lot of work for lipstick, but it's just something that just was really set her brand apart. So once you have the blushes right here, we are talking about 0.34 ounces or 9.7 grams of product. The blushes did retail for $38, and like I said, there's so many bundle deals out there if you wanted to pick up more than one shade. Once you open the blush, it's good for 18 months, and it's distributed by Pat McGrath Cosmetics out of New York, and it is made in Italy. Okay, and on the back you do have the little sticker that just tells you all the product details, and at the top of the unicarton it gives you the item description, and then it also tells you what shade the blush is. So I do really like the outer packaging, and I might keep one or two just for, you know. As far as the unicarton packaging for this collection, I do really like it, and I like how uniform it is. So this is actually the quad for the blush right here, which is like standard quad, and it kind of looks similar to the eyeshadow quads right here. But the eyeshadow quads still do have like the hieroglyphic lettering on the front. And then of course you can see like the difference in size. I feel like the blushes are a perfect size. You do have a little push button situation, and this is Paradise Venus, yeah, because I can't ever get this one open. It can be a little difficult to open, so I hope that gets better. I don't know, with this situation, it doesn't seem like this one would get too much better. And then here is the beautiful blush along with the embossing on the front, and then you have a gorgeous mirror right here that just, you know, it's good quality. You can see what you're doing. On the back, you do have a small sticker that is clear. Right here, it tells you about the product ingredients. It also gives you the name of the shade. And then at the top, it has this usual embossing with the Pat McGrath Labs, Blush Without Caution, Fabulous Flirtatious and Sexquisite Seductions. Ooh, Lord. May result with prolonged use. So, and then it also has the year that it came out. So I really enjoyed that because I feel like she just really made this experience with the blushes and the quad and the highlight to be very luxurious and just something to look forward to and something nice within your collection. Now for the highlighter, she gave us Divine Glow, and this is a beautiful shade. It's called Skin Fetish Divine Glow Highlighter, and this is in the shade Golden Nectar. For this particular product, we do have 4.6 grams of product, or the net weight is 0.16 ounces. Once you open it, it does say it's good for 18 months as well. It is made in Italy and distributed by Pat McGrath Labs, of course. It has the same packaging as the blush compact, and I think it's sleek, but this one is actually a little bit easier to open, but you do have the mirror, and the only thing is you do have to kind of read to figure out what product you have between the blushes and this highlighter. There is no distinct difference, unlike you have here with the Divine Rose highlighter. This one is more of a creamier finish or more powdery finish. It does have like botanical oils in it, she says, and it also is a micro perfecting finish. And when you see me do the demo, I think that it holds true. It is very smooth and it's very easy to pick up product very easily, unlike the baked gelée formulation where you do get the product, but you do have to kind of, you know, go over it a few times in order to get maybe the glowy, super glowy payoff that you want. Unlike this one, it kind of just pops already by itself. Now for the eyeshadow quad, the quad retails for $58, and it's, like I said, it's the same standard packaging that we are used to with her Luxe quads, and I really do adore them. And I just like how they're simple. It's like a little magnetic, and you can get it open, and you do have the mirror, and this does have a protective coating over it. And we do have a special shade in here, 2 special shades, and then a regular shimmer, and then we also have a creamy matte, which is very exciting. It does have a sticker on the back that tells the shade names. What I do not like about the sticker is that it's like the names are inverted, so I kind of have to remember when I'm telling you guys what shade I'm using, so that could probably just be more of an issue for me as a YouTuber than anybody else. And this quad is named the Venus and Fleurs Luxe Quad Voyeuristic Vixen. Okay, mother. And so this, once you open it, is good for 18 months as well. This product is made in Italy, and this product is said to be limited edition. But you know, sometimes her limited edition stuff does hang around, sometimes it doesn't. If it goes, you know, it's usually maybe gone, depending on what the product is. So if this is something that's on your radar, I might pick it up a little bit sooner versus maybe later when you're like, ooh, I wish I would have grabbed that. And then once again, I did just show you the packaging right here. And like I said, I do kind of miss the bungee wiring. And then I picked up a Divinyl lipstick. So she gave us 2 new Divinyls, as I mentioned before. So I decided to go with Flesh 7 versus Divine Rose 2 because it is a beautiful just brown shade. Flesh 7 is not a shade that is new to her lineup. We do have that in the Opulus Gloss formulation and in the Matte Trance formulation, and I believe maybe in the Luxe Trance formulation as well. But the Divinyl formulation is very pretty. I also love how it gives us that purple tube for the case of it. And then this is also the case right here for this actual unicarton. It's 2.5 grams of product, net weight 0.08 ounces, and this actually retails for $36. So whew, we had a lot to talk about, so let's go ahead and get into the face demos. I'm demoing all the products. We're going to do this eyeshadow look, and I'm going to do swatches on my face of all the blushes that I picked up, followed by the highlighter and then the lips. I'm just kind of going in order on how I do my makeup because I don't know any other way to get this done. So I hope you guys enjoy the demos, and we'll talk about some final thoughts on the other side. All right, let's go ahead and get going demoing the Venus and Fleurs Luxe Quad. She is so beautiful right here. And oh, look at that shade. That shade Rosefire Nectar is just so beautiful. And then so is After Dusk. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with a look, and my eyebrows are filled in using my Goof Proof Pencil in the shade 3.75, and for my primer I went in with the tried and true Urban Decay Primer Potion in the shade Caffeine. Eyes are done, and now let's go ahead and woo, the moment we have all been waiting for are these blushes, honey. Maybe, you know, I'm just letting you know, I'm not retiring my little face quad, or what I have called my face quad by Pat McGrath, which is the Eternal Eden quad, Divine Rose Luxe Quad and Eternal Eden. Yes, I use these 2 shades all the time as blush because I like the palette, but it's not this. So that's already a quick thought on the eyeshadow palette. I just feel like this shade is gorgeous. It's me. So I went ahead and did my face. I have on the Pat McGrath foundation. This is the Fetish Skin Foundation along with her primer. I wear the shade Medium Deep 22. I do have a healthy tan right now, but what I like it is like I kind of grow into the shade, and yeah, it's actually getting really, really perfect for me because for a second it was looking almost a tiny bit too dark because my you know, I was just looking a little pale. Anywho, I do have on a little bit of bronzer. She hasn't given us bronzer yet, but I do have on my Gucci bronzer because the way I want to approach this is just basically how do you do your makeup normally. So I'm going to proceed like I'm doing my makeup normally. So that means like we did the eyes. Now we're going to move down to the face. Now, when it comes to my blush application, I usually tend to do like this and kind of sweep it up, and that's what I plan on doing today. I also use this particular brush right here. It is nothing special about this brush. This brush was actually a Christian Siriano brush. I don't know with what brand because it has slid off, but I have a couple of these brushes right here. Let's see. It just says Christian Siriano, but it was a gift from some of my coworkers since they know I love makeup. And actually I love these two brushes for a blush and for my highlight, and they work really well and they're synthetic. I'm going to use this brush for the blushes, and I'm going to go ahead and start with, I think, what do I want to do? Do I want to do one on each side? Or so we can get the full effect, I am going to actually demo each shade on both of my cheeks so you can see what it looks like. Then after we do the 4 blush shades that I do have, we'll go into the highlight. Let's get going. First up, we have Electric Bloom, and this is gorgeous, and it can definitely, I feel, be built up. I kind of went in with a healthy amount, and it is just really gorgeous. It gives that nice, beautiful, corally sheen to the cheeks. It's nice and vibrant, and it's bright. I love it. And because this is a demi matte, all the blushes, why did I say brushes? All the blushes that I picked up are demi matte, so don't have to worry about that. And I think I have just a little bit of glitter fall out from my eyeshadow. So I think I just have a little bit of glitter fall out from my eyeshadow. But what I also love about this foundation and then layering these particular blushes over it, this foundation does always give me like a healthy glow across here without any highlighter on. So that is Electric Bloom. Let's go ahead and see if we can just build it up just a tiny bit more, which is looking good. Paradise Venus. Alright, this is Paradise Venus. It is beautiful, and I did want to mention I did just go ahead and take that first blush off with just a makeup wipe, and I reapplied the foundation in that small spot where I removed it. But this is Paradise Venus, and it's gorgeous. I was honestly a little worried about purchasing this blush, not because of, I knew it would be good if like I wore a certain type of lip or something like that, but I was really nervous because the swatches, it looks so deep, and I was just like, I don't think it's going to look good on me. I think it's just going to be too deep, but it's honestly beautiful. I love it because I love terracotta blushes, and this shade is gorgeous. We're just going to go ahead and take a little bit more, see if we can just deepen it up a little bit, which, yes, it's definitely getting deep right there. And so far, both of the blushes have just looked so beautiful on the skin and apply so smooth. And the color has just been, the color payoff has just been wonderful. with the choices that I've made as of yet. Paradise Venus. Next up, we have the shade Lovestruck. This is the shade Lovestruck, and it's beautiful. It's very bright, and it's a little deep, so you do have to be careful, because if you start building it up a little bit too much, of course I was just kind of going in for the video sake, but it can really take it there. The shade Lovestruck. All right, last but not least, we have the shade Cherish. All right, here's the shade Cherish, and as you can see, I definitely have more on this side. It's gonna be very buildable. So these are the beautiful blushes I picked up. So that is, what is it? Electric Bloom, Paradise Venus, Lovestruck, and Cherish. And Cherish is, I feel like it's that classic pink shade. So all of those are so gorgeous. Now, let's go ahead and dip into, we have the Divine Glow Highlighter and Golden Nectar. As I mentioned earlier, I'm just going to go ahead and take this Christian Siriana brush. I really like, I mean, it just picks up most highlighters, so I really enjoy this brush. So I'm just going to go ahead and dip in and see what we get. I think I'm going to like this particular formula better because it's not the Gelée formula. So let's go ahead. Ooh. This is gorgeous. Yes, it's beautiful, and in the monitor I could just see it blinging, and it picks up so easily versus compared to the Divine Rose Ultra Glow highlighter. I really love this highlighter too, but the Ultra Glow has that baked gelée formulation where this one does not, and you can just definitely tell the difference with application. So you're going to get a little bit more bling with this. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. It is gorgeous. Now, obviously, I have a little bit more blush than I normally would because of the demo. Well, maybe yes and no, depending on where I'm going, but these products together have been such a joy so far. So let's go ahead and try on the one lip that I did pick up, which is the Divino in Flesh 7. So this is the finished face, and I think it came out gorgeous. You know, I am such a huge Pat McGrath fan. I have been collecting her products since forever, but I have been waiting for her to come out with blushes, and I just feel like the outcome has been gorgeous. I mean, everything that I have tried on today has just been beautiful. The quad, it gives punch, okay? So I'm gonna just take it from top to bottom, how I normally do my makeup. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the quad first. I love this quad. I think it is gorgeous, and let me tell you, I was like, I can't get it open. Maybe if I turn it the right way. Okay. So the shade Rose Fire Nectar, which I have across my eyelids, it is absolutely stunning. It is gorgeous. I did not have a problem at all actually having it adhere to my lids. What you saw, I just went ahead, took my finger, pressed it in to the shadow, slowly and gently just kind of rub my finger in, and that just kind of warms the product up on your finger so you're not getting so much flakiness. And I don't know if it's because I've been dealing with a lot of indie brands with like these multi-chrome shimmers and everything. I've just kind of been used to this. But the texture of this shadow feels so smooth. It is so buildable, and you have a lot of opacity in the shadow, and it is so opulent. I mean, honestly, come on. Can you even, like, I just built it up a little bit more. And it is just simply gorgeous. Now, I don't have Charlotte Tilbury, but I think if you were looking at that Fire Rose quad, honey, this is it. This is the Fire Rose. And, you know, this quad was, what, $48? So it might be a tiny bit cheaper than what the Charlotte Tilbury was. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I feel like this formula is gorgeous. So when it comes to Rose Fire Nectar, I can't think of anything that's in my Pat McGrath collection that is similar to this shade, except for maybe one shade in Mothership 2. And this is Mothership 2, the Sublime palette, and it would be this shade right here. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly swatch these. So this is the shade, let's see. We have VR Nectar, and then we're going to put it up against Rose Fire. So right here we have Rose Fire, and then we have VR Nectar, and you see Rose Fire definitely has more of a shift to it, but they're somewhat similar. So this is the only shade that I can think of that is somewhat similar in the Pat McGrath collection. But this shadow is gorgeous. I feel like you just need to warm it up. And like I said, it would be better off if you use your finger. You don't like using your finger, I would probably lay down some glitter glue, take a brush, and then just build it up so you don't have so much fallout and you don't have so much chunkiness. But other than that, I found the shade to be very smooth. Now, the shade that is also below it, that is the I believe that is After Dusk. Right here is gorgeous as well. And you know, like I said, you just pick it up a little bit on your finger, or you know, you just use a flat brush. It is really pretty as well. And then another standout formulation is this creamy matte. The creamy matte, it blends out gorgeous, and it gives the right amount of contour, so you can definitely go deep with it, or you can definitely just kind of blend it out, take your time and shear it down. But I love that about Pat's mattes, and I love how you can build them up, and she definitely loves contouring the eyes, okay? So then letting this just kind of take the show, and I really feel like it is. This quad is absolutely gorgeous. I'm not tend to be a neutral shadow lover, but if I'm going to have neutral shadow, it's going to be by Pat McGrath, okay? So it could be a little bit biased, but I feel like it's really, really beautiful, and it gives the right amount of off to it, because you cannot deny you can wear this out and about, or some people might just feel like it's too much for daytime. Not me, but I feel like it's really, really gorgeous. So if you think you want this quad is limited edition, I would go ahead and get your hands on it. Now let's go ahead and talk about what we really came here for, which are the blushes. I am so happy with the 4 blushes that I picked up. I think they gave a good color story, and they all are different enough depending on what mood I'm in. The packaging is really, really cute. I like it. It feels heavy, but it doesn't feel too heavy. It's substantial enough in weight, but if like I wanted to pop it in my bag and go traveling or something, I wouldn't feel like it was just weighing everything down. I do feel like the clasps, they're a little hard. What is it? The shade Paradise Venus. I have such trouble, like, my God. It's literally like one of those moments like, who forget it, because I want to say you're really just kind of supposed to push it in. I wish that wasn't there. I wish it was just kind of like the eyeshadow quads where you just open it up and it was a little magnetized right there. I could deal without the button. Besides that, I love everything. The embossing is beautiful, like gorgeous. Come on now. Like, and even though I have used it, it doesn't even look like I have used it. So it's wonderful that the embossing is going to stay. I like that how you get a nice mirror. The mirror is quality. You can actually see what you're doing. And then on the back, you know, we just have her standard packaging where you have the Pat McGrath Labs. So you do have the small sticker for you know, just to let you know what the particular shade is. And I feel like that's sufficient enough. I feel like every color is gorgeous. I feel like every color is going to, well, at least, excuse me, the colors that I purchased will look great on a wide variety of skin complexions. Like I said before, I am medium deep 22 in her foundation. I have a very healthy tan right now. I'm probably like, who are you, girl? Like, I'm so brown. But I feel that everything was buildable, and you can just kind of apply it to your liking. She has so many different techniques on her website as how to apply it. And the subliminal method right here, that as she calls it, where you're just basically doing a standard application, putting the blush over your foundation, or you can do like the silk to silk, which says you can go ahead and apply it over your setting powder. You can go ahead and apply setting powder over your foundation and blush application, as she mentions before. Or she also talks about layering the blushes, which, you know, is great fun, where you can kind of do some deeper colors and then pop it with a bright pop of the pink, maybe that shade Cherish, then go ahead and top it off with her highlighter. All the blush colors are beautiful. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I really just thought she was just gonna come with one pink blush. I really did. Like those promo shots, they were giving me the flux. It was like, it's a whole lot of pink. I'm not here for it. Then we finally found out it was a blush. It was like, yes. And I just knew that it was like, I was like, why should it be one pink blush like I gave y'all some? But she outdid herself, and I am so happy about the 9 shades that she did come out with. I just definitely feel that these shades would show up on a woman who is deeper than me, and they wouldn't have any problem actually building them up. Pat McGrath, she knows what she's doing, honey, when it comes to the makeup world. And, you know, she hasn't failed us yet when it comes to complexion products or anything of that nature. Now, let's go ahead and jump into the highlighter, and I'm sitting here trying to figure out which one is the highlighter. So literally, you know, everything looks the same as far as the blush and the highlighter in this collection, which is, I mean, it's not a problem. I get it, but it's just like, if you have all of these together, you're like, which one is the highlighter? You definitely have to take your time out and read, versus this one is like, ooh, pink packaging, you know, and then of course we got the good old hockey puck back here. You know, like you can hurt somebody with this bad boy. But I feel that this highlighter is like just a great standard formula for a highlighter. I love that it's very buildable. I love that it's very glowy. You don't have to put in much effort to get this highlighter to show up. You know, it's like first application is going to go on so smooth and so wonderful. I mean, I just had to put on more, clearly. But you get the glow like instantaneously. So if you are one of those people who like to have a little blinky highlighter situation, I know I do. That's my personal preference, but I feel like you can also blend it out well, where it's not like, oh, you can see me from the stars. Where this one, the Divine Rose highlighter, is kind of like a situation where you do have to go in. I feel like I have to kind of, sometimes if I really want it to be blinky, I need to take my finger, apply it, then go back with a brush to kind of amp it up to where I want it to be. Where this one is not the case. This color is gorgeous. I feel like it's pretty universal, and I don't feel like it's going to look ashy on any skin complexion. If you're a little bit deeper, we would have to see, but it has a lot of gold to it, so I do really appreciate the color of it. I don't have her highlighter trio or the Balms, but this is really, really gorgeous. And last but not least, we have the Divinal shade, which is just gorgeous. This is Flesh 7. I just love the Divinal formula. I mean, I just feel that it's just everything that you want in a lip product kind of mixed in one. It's balmy, so you're gonna get the moisture. It has the shine like a lip gloss, and it's pigmented, and it doesn't move everywhere. So, you know, I just really like the formulation, and it's so good. And when she came out with these last year, I was just kind of hooked on them, and I decided to get Flesh 7, which is a popular color across her whole collection, because I just felt that the shade Divine Rose, I think it was Divine Rose 2, was just going to be too light, and I didn't want to be bothered with, you know, doing a whole lip liner or everything. But I feel like this one is just really, really gorgeous. It gives a great look to the lips. I mean, it's brown with a little hint of pink in there. And I feel like this color will look gorgeous on a wide variety of skin complexions. So overall, I am just so thrilled about my purchases, or this haul that was sponsored by my father and my brother for my birthday, because this collection did release the day after my birthday. I am just thrilled with every piece of it. I am so satisfied that I can practically do a full face of Pat McGrath now. So I think we just need some bronzers and we will be set, and you know, maybe some eyebrow products and we'll really be set. But she has done an amazing job with this collection. I think all the blushes, the colors, you got your classic pinks, you have your terracottas, you got your golden, you have two different finishes where you have some glowy or shades, but I just felt like those are gonna be too light for me. But I just really like the ones that I did pick up. Everything just flowed so well. I did not have a problem applying any of them, and I just went ahead with a regular old synthetic run-of-the-mill brush and was able to just get the job done very easily with this brush. But overall, with these blushes, I'm very, very happy. I will be wearing them, and I don't think I need any more blushes. Because first of all, have you tried Savannah blush before? It takes forever. So I'm good. So with that being said, let me know down below, what did you pick up from this collection? Because I feel like this collection is just absolutely beautiful and stunning, and she knocked it out the park. Let me know down below in the comments. Give this video a big thumbs up. Hit the notification bell so you know when I come out with another video, which will be very, very soon. And subscribe to my channel, because you know I would love to have you here in my little makeup family. And with that being said, you already know what time it is. It's time for the chair dance. Chair dance. Hey, 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 chair dance. Chair dance. Chair dance. They finally gave us blushes. Bye, guys.